live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Now, improving NBA officiating has gone high-tech. Today, the NBA uses the proprietary game review system, which is broken down from double-digit camera angles. Analysts spend a day or two dissecting each game. And Kevin, that data is used for evaluating, training, and communication with the teams.
Isn't that something? I mean, every day there's something new. Fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's his on the floor for Nate McMillan. They've got Maravich. Also Wilkins out there. Mutombo is out there with Fresh. And it's Pettit in at the 4. And for Indiana, Miller is out there with Tyrese Halliburton. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal. And it's Daniels in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Now here's Fresh. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
First team foul.
The Hawks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
The first free throw is good.
And the Pacers have been one of those teams that they're allergic to rebuilding, but there's clearly a youth movement in Indy, and with young talents like Tyrese Halliburton and Ben Mathurin, they already boast some nice building blocks.
With such a young roster, the Hawks exceeded expectations in that 21 season. They finished as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference then.
Now here is Miller. What a tremendous game he played against New York. That one goes. Count it.
Great at facilitating guys willing to move because Tyrese is a team-first type of player.
Pass to Fresh. On deep. Offensive rebound. The shot that time, not on target. And here's Daniels. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And George with the stuff.
Paul George taking it all the way up for the dunk.
Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Yeah, and many were shocked when Atlanta, Brent, made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? So much just came together and really accelerated their competitive timeline. You just can't get ahead of that, though. You gotta take things a step at a time, and their core players are still intact, and I think this team is poised to return to that kind of competitive level this year.
Here's Fresh. Jermaine O'Neal making his last shot. Pass to Bennett. Here's Mutombo. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is barreled. Fresh has got 5 points so far.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
And there's the pass to George. And a miss there on the triple. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now Fresh. 17 points in his last outing. Outside, George releases. Here's O'Neal. Over Pettit. Rebound, Atlanta. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
The three from George. And Maravich pulls it down.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. For First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes.
It's George on the wing.
2 minutes.
Miller outside. Kept alive by Indiana. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Will it go? O'Neal. Doesn't go that time. Mutombo with some nice D. The Hawks leading by 3. Greg, looking back at the 2021 draft, I'm still shocked. Tyrese Halliburton fell to 12. My goodness.
What a steal Halliburton has been. He broke his wrist in college. That scared some teams away, but
Halliburton against Murray. Here is Daniels. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul.
and you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Pacers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one drops. And this offensive system, Brent, that the Hawks run, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Yeah, lots of dribble handoffs at the top of the key. You obviously have the, in case of emergency, break glass player in Trae Young. But they're not afraid to attack mismatches, and this is the type of offenses that I think a lot of players would enjoy playing in.
So with Wilkins on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Smith out there with Fresh. Then there's Horford. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Hagan in at the 2-guard spot. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Domantas Sabonis is one of the best passing big men in the league. He said, sharing the ball is contagious. Everyone feels confident and knows they'll get touches, which makes the game fun. And that can build chemistry on the young team. Kevin?
And David, we know how important that is. And we thank you for your report.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
The length and the athleticism combination of Paul George is very hard to guard.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Atlanta.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off. You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Fresh can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 10. O'Neal passes to Halliburton. George looking around. Bogdanovich against Miller. Back to Daniels. 5 on the clock. Indiana moving it around. Offensive rebound. Outside for George. Feeds it to O'Neal. Over Pettit. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Great Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to reach. And so it's Atlanta in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Trae, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving some of our bigs open, pick and rolls, things like that. We just got to continue to do it and try to get to the win.
Make them pick their poison, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They lead by 9 points. And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
They got hammered. I mean hammered on the board. That tells a lot about this game. The heart has not been there. The sacrifice hasn't been there. I mean, they just don't want it.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been a clinic out there by Fresh.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Indiana Pacers. 9-point game. They've got Miller. O'Neal is out there with Paul George. Then it's Halliburton, and it's Daniels in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Stephen Silas.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
O'Neal trying to break free. That shot off the mark. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And you look at Wilkins, everybody talks about the spectacular athleticism, but in some ways, I think he's just underrated as a basketball player. It just does so many things well for his team.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Wilkins. Pacers trail by 13. Bounce pass, Halliburton. On the wing, Daniels. Miller against Wilkins. The 3. Good on the three-point shot. 8 points for Mr. Clutch.
Tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Now here's Fresh. 17 points in the game. Passes it to Wilkins. Miller grabs the miss. The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Halliburton, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. Miller outside. Tries again. Here's O'Neal. And finally they hit one. O'Neal's got 8 points.
And this is where O'Neal goes to work. The closer he's to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
Fresh with the ball. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Fresh has got 20.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Timeout called the Pacers. You look at Fresh, what a contribution.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you just ask it for him to drop another triple on.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Mutombo. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. George, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Fresh, the pass to Pettit. Outside, Maravich. Capella inside. He's covered by Daniels. Capella with the bucket.
Capella, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. It's because of his activity.
side. George.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Yao, he's checked in for Daniels. Heinsohn comes in for O'Neal. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Halliburton.
Boy, he is quick off his feet and really stronger than he looks. Wilkins can burn you in that painted area.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Here's Miller. Nice form on the 20-footer. Miller's got 10.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Fresh with the ball. He's against Miller. Here's Maravich. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Fresh. Covered by Miller. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Some changes for Indiana. Danny Granger is checked in for Paul George. And it's Oladipo in for Ricky Rubio. Pacers trail by 13. And Oladipo kicks to Yao. Granger passes to Heinsohn. A wide open look here for Oladipo. No good from outside.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Fresh, the pass to Young. Lobbed up there for Collins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, when Collins gets up there like that, look out.
The Pacers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Granger. Oladipo outside. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Just 5 on the clock. Granger kicks to Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
It's T-shirt time, everyone. Get loud right now.
Here's Halliburton. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Maravich is out there with Fresh. Then it's Smith. Then it's Mutombo. And it's Wilkins. And at the 3, the small forward.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
And here's Fresh. To the paint. The rebound by Halliburton.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The offensive rebound. In. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
The other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes. They came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Oh, glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
And I just love his competitiveness he's showing there. Team might be down, but a drive like that could spark them.
Outside Wilkins. Now Mutombo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fresh. Drills the three-pointer. Fresh has got 23.
Well, he's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
Stay there.
Pass to George from deep. Rebound by the Hawks. Mutombo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. The pass to Fresh. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Stolen. George with the ball. Wilkins picks him up. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
6'11", skilled, athletic. When Jermaine O'Neal puts it all together, we are going to see some monster games.
Smith outside. Back to Mirovic. From outside, off the mark. Pacers trail by 14. O'Neal inside. He's against Smith. And again, it's Indiana.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
The shot's good. O'Neal's got 8 here in the quarter.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Now here's Fresh. Covered by Miller. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Halliburton on the wing. Mirovic defending. O'Neal passes to Miller. And no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Mirovic dishes to Smith. Always going up for the alley-oop here. O'Neal against Mutombo. Kept alive. Here's Daniels. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Atlanta.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, they really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Fresh.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't. Fair or not.
Substitution on the court. At the line, for the Pacers, Yao Ming. 1 shot.
And, you know, he's such a huge figure from a cultural standpoint. Yao is also someone teammates love playing with because of that easygoing personality.
Here's Pettit. He's covered by Daniels. And it's Pettit missing. Down low. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul. Third team
The first
foul.
one falls.
At the line, for Indiana, Mel Daniels.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 6 seconds left in the game. Here is Mirovic. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one.
That's the end of the game.
In the win, a comfortable win in what was a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Trey, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight, so how satisfying was this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Well, you all certainly did what you had to get this win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long.